The Amazon rainforest, a place often called the lungs of our planet, a vast green ocean of trees that produces oxygen, controls climate, and shelters life beyond imagination. But beneath this emerald paradise lies another truth. This is not just a forest, it is a battlefield. Every single day, millions of creatures hunt, poison, crush, stab, paralyze, and devour each other, all hidden beneath a beautiful green canopy. Here danger doesn't always roar. Sometimes it waits silently. Sometimes it's smaller than your finger, and sometimes you never even see it coming. Today, we journey deep into the heart of the jungle to uncover deadly Amazon, the most dangerous creatures of the rainforest. These are not movie monsters. They are real. They are adapted, and they are absolutely terrifying. Take a deep breath, because once you step into the Amazon, you are no longer at the top of the food chain. If the Amazon had a king, it wouldn't wear a crown. It would be cold, silent, and coiled beneath dark water. Meet the Green Anaconda, the heaviest snake on Earth, stretching over 7 meters long and weighing more than 200 kilograms. This reptile is not built for speed. It doesn't need to be. The anaconda is an ambush predator. It waits motionless in rivers and swamps, its eyes and nostrils barely breaking the surface. When prey approaches a deer, a capybara, a caiman, the attack is explosive. No venom, no warning, just raw muscle. The anaconda coils around its victim, tightening with each exhale. Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't crush bones. It stops the heart from pumping blood. Death arrives quietly and efficiently. Humans are not its preferred prey. But in the murky waters of the Amazon, mistakes happen. And when they do, there's no escape from 200 kilograms of pure constriction. It's an embrace from which nothing returns. Imagine being pulled under, the light fading, the pressure building, until everything just stops. That's the power of the anaconda. Now let's meet one of the smallest killers in the jungle. It's colorful, it's beautiful, and it can end your life with a single touch. Poison dart frogs may be tiny, often no bigger than a paperclip, but their skin carries some of the most powerful toxins on Earth. One species, the golden poison frog, produces batrachotoxin, a poison so deadly that one frog contains enough toxin to kill 10 grown humans. Indigenous tribes have used this poison for centuries, coating the tips of hunting darts. The frogs don't inject venom, they simply exist. Touching them is enough. Their brilliant blues, yellows, and reds are not for show. They are a universal billboard that screams danger. Do not touch. But nature doesn't hand out instruction manuals, and for an unsuspecting predator or a curious human, that lesson can be fatal. The toxin attacks the nervous system, paralyzing muscles, including the heart. In the Amazon, sometimes the prettiest creature is also the most lethal. A living jewel that carries a death sentence. From the silent grip of the anaconda to the deadly touch of a frog, we've only just scratched the surface. But the Amazon's dangers don't just swim and hop, they also fly. Up next, we meet an insect that turns its victims into living zombies. And then, a fish that inspires more fear than a great white shark. Stick around. The Amazon isn't done with us yet. Welcome back to Deadly Amazon. Now, imagine a creature that doesn't just kill you, it takes over your body first. Meet the bullet ant. Its sting is ranked as the most painful insect sting in the world. Victims describe it as being shot and then walking over burning coals for 24 hours. But the ant itself isn't our main focus. It's what hunts the ant. A parasitic fungus called Ophioctocips. This fungus infects an ant, hijacks its brain, and forces it to climb a plant to a specific height and humidity. The ant then bites down, locking its mandibles in a death grip. The fungus sprouts a stalk from the ant's head, raining spores down on the colony below to create more zombies. It's a real-life horror story, a microscopic puppeteer controlling its victim until the very end. But the horror doesn't stop on land. Let's head back to the water. Forget piranhas for a moment. There's a much smaller, much more feared fish here. The condiru, this tiny translucent catfish, is a parasite. It's attracted to ammonia, a chemical found in fish gills, and human urine. Stories, though rare, describe the condiru swimming up a stream of urine and lodging itself in the urethra with backward-pointing spines, making it nearly impossible to remove without surgery. While attacks on humans are debated, its reputation alone makes it one of the most terrifying creatures in the river. In the Amazon, danger isn't about size, it's about specialization. Our journey continues with an 8-legged hunter that can take down birds, and a predator that makes the water boil. The Amazon holds countless deadly secrets. Let's uncover a few more. Now, let's talk about spiders. But not the kind you find in your garage. This is the Goliath birdiator, the world's largest spider by mass. It can have a leg span of up to 30 centimeters, the size of a dinner plate. Its fangs are over 2 centimeters long, capable of piercing a mouse's skull. Despite its name, it rarely eats birds. Its diet consists of insects, lizards, frogs, and even small snakes. But when it does get a bird, usually a chick from its nest, it's a terrifying sight. It doesn't build a web to catch prey. It's an ambush hunter, using its size and power to overpower its victims, injecting a venom that liquefies their insides before it eats. It's the stuff of nightmares, made real. From the forest floor, we return to the river's apex predator, the black caiman. This is the largest predator in the Amazon basin, growing up to 6 meters long. It's bigger, heavier, and more aggressive than its cousin, the American alligator. With a bite force that can crush bone like a twig, it will eat anything it can overpower. Piranhas, monkeys, anacondas, even jaguars are on its menu. At night, its red eyes glow from the water's surface as it patrols its territory. For anything that comes to the water's edge to drink, the black caiman is a lurking monster, a prehistoric killing machine that has ruled these waters for millions of years. From the largest spider to the river's king, the Amazon's food chain is a complex web of terror and survival. We've seen giants that constrict, toxins that paralyze, fungi that zombify, and teeth that crush. The Amazon is a world where every creature is locked in an eternal battle for life. It's a place of incredible beauty, but also of raw, untamed danger. It reminds us that we are just a small part of this planet's intricate design. So next time you see a lush, green forest, remember what lies beneath the canopy. Remember the anaconda, the poison frog, the bullet ant, the condiru, the birdiator, and the caiman. And remember, in the Amazon, you are always being watched. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the heart of the Amazon. If you found these creatures as fascinating as we do, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more adventures into the wild. Stay curious, and stay safe. Pain is subjective, right? What one person finds agonizing, another might just brush off. Pain is subjective, right? What one person finds agonizing, another might just brush off. Well, that idea goes out the window when you meet the bullet ant. This little insect delivers the single most painful sting ever recorded by science. It ranks higher than wasps, bees, and even scorpions. How bad is it? Victims have described it in a few ways. One said it was like being shot with a bullet. Another said it felt like holding burning nails in your flesh. A third simply called it pure, relentless agony. And this isn't a pain that fades in a few minutes. Oh no, it can last for up to 24 hours straight. Now, bullet ants aren't naturally aggressive. They won't hunt you down. But if you disturb their nest, you'll immediately regret every single life decision that led you to that spot. In fact, some Amazonian tribes use these stings in their initiation rituals. Young warriors have to wear gloves filled with dozens of live, angry bullet ants. The rule, no screaming allowed. If you can survive that unimaginable pain without making a sound, you've proven your strength and manhood. It's a brutal reminder that in the jungle, even a tiny insect can be powerful enough to completely break the human spirit. Moving from the ground to the shadows, we find our next contender, the jaguar. This cat isn't the fastest, it's not the largest, and it's certainly not the loudest. But it just might be the most efficient killer in all of the Americas. Unlike lions or tigers that often go for the throat, the jaguar has a signature move. It bites directly through the skull of its prey, crushing the brain for an instant kill. They are solitary hunters, moving with a silence that is perfectly adapted to the dense, noisy rainforest. A jaguar can swim across wide rivers, effortlessly climb high into the trees, and drag prey much heavier than itself deep into the jungle. To them, humans are not typical prey, but that doesn't mean we're invisible. A jaguar watching you from the undergrowth won't roar or charge. It will just silently observe, deciding if you're worth the effort. And the most chilling part, you will never even know you are being judged. Now, let's head to the water. The rivers of the Amazon might look peaceful, but they are ruled by an ancient tyrant, the black caiman. This is a reptilian tank, an apex predator that can grow over 6 meters, or nearly 20 feet long. Its skin is like armor, its jaws are massive, and its night vision is perfectly adapted for hunting in the pitch-black darkness of the river. The bite force of a black caiman can crush bones instantly. Its diet includes fish, monkeys, deer, and yes, even jaguars have been known to fall victim to this river king. At night, the caimans patrol silently, with only their eyes glowing a haunting red above the water's surface. For anyone traveling by boat, one wrong move, One accidental step into shallow water can turn fatal in a matter of seconds. In the Amazon, the rivers are the highways, but they are also the graveyards. Finally, if fear had 8 legs, it would look exactly like the Brazilian wandering spider. Unlike the spiders you might be used to, this one doesn't build a web and wait. It hunts, it actively wanders the forest floor, it climbs through banana plantations, and sometimes, it wanders right into human homes. Its venom is one of the most potent neurotoxins in the spider world. A single bite can cause paralysis, respiratory failure, and, if left untreated, death. And yes, it's also infamous for causing an extremely painful side effect in male victims that can last for hours. Nature, it seems, has a very twisted sense of humor. Fortunately, a very effective anti-venom does exist, but when you're in a remote jungle region, help can be hours, or even days, away. A single unseen bite from this spider can turn a quiet night into a desperate fight for your life. The Amazon is full of wonders, but it demands respect, because danger here truly can be hiding anywhere. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more of the world's most incredible and dangerous creatures, make sure to subscribe. What's scarier than a monster you can see, a monster you can't? In the murky, muddy waters of the Amazon, something lurks that isn't just alive, it's electric. And no, I'm not talking about eels. That's right, the electric eel isn't an eel at all. It's a type of knifefish, and it's basically a living, swimming power line. It can discharge up to 860 volts of electricity. To put that in perspective, a standard US wall socket is 120 volts. This is over 7 times that. One shock is enough to stun its prey instantly, knock a full-grown human unconscious, and under the absolute worst circumstances, it could even stop a person's heart. But these creatures don't just use their power for attack. In the cloudy, zero-visibility water, they send out weak electric pulses to navigate, like their own personal sonar system. They use these signals to find food, avoid obstacles, and even communicate with other electric eels. And if they feel threatened, some have been observed leaping out of the water to press their bodies directly against a predator, delivering a high-voltage shock right where it hurts. Imagine wading through a flooded forest, unable to see your own feet, and accidentally stepping into a living power station. It's a terrifying thought. In the Amazon, even the water itself can be your enemy. But after all these incredible predators, from jaguars to anacondas, the single most dangerous animal in the entire Amazon rainforest is a fearsome beast with fangs or claws. It's something you might not even notice until it's too late. It's the mosquito. Yes, that tiny buzzing insect is the undisputed king of lethality in the jungle. Why? Because it's a master of biological warfare. Mosquitoes are vectors, carrying a horrifying payload of invisible killers. They transmit deadly diseases like malaria, which causes fever, chills, and can shut down your organs. They carry dengue fever, known as breakbone fever, because of the excruciating pain it causes. They spread yellow fever and the Zika virus. Globally, mosquitoes are responsible for the deaths of millions of people every single year. They don't need venomous fangs, crushing coils, or terrifying strength. All they need is one tiny, needle-like proboscis to inject a cocktail of deadly pathogens directly into your bloodstream. This is a stark reminder that in the jungle, survival isn't just about outrunning a predator. It's a microscopic battle, and you are the battlefield. The biggest threats are often the ones you can't see coming. So, after this journey through the deadly heart of the Amazon, we have to ask, who is the real monster? We've met creatures that can crush, poison, and electrocute, but are they evil? No, the Amazon itself is not evil. It's a complex, ancient system of survival. Every creature we've encountered today, from the jaguar to the tiny poison dart frog, kills for a reason: to eat, to defend its young, to secure its territory. They are not driven by malice, but by instinct. The rainforest doesn't hate you. It simply doesn't care that you're there. We are just visitors, temporary guests in a world that has existed for millions of years without us and will exist long after we're gone. When you step into the jungle, you're stepping into an arena where the rules have been set for eons. The most dangerous thing you can do is to forget that. Perhaps the most dangerous creature in the Amazon isn't the snake, the spider, or the caiman. Perhaps it's the human who walks in believing they are in control, forgetting the humility required to survive, forgetting that they are just a small part of a much larger, wilder world. If you enjoyed this journey into the deadly Amazon, leave a like and subscribe for more adventures into the wild. And let us know in the comments below, which of these creatures terrified you the most. Until next time, respect the jungle, because it is always, always watching.